JBS members in my territory, South Carolina and Charlotte, I really want you to watch this. I want to show you a few items in the next New American Magazine that you're going to find very helpful in recruiting other members to the John Birch Society. I'm going to show you the cover here. And by the way, I'm in my hotel room getting ready to go out for a Myrtle Beach chapter meeting. But the next magazine is going to have the cover on it. It's gonna be called Castro's Cuba. So I'm gonna show you the magazine that's gonna be arriving in your mailboxes here soon. And if you read through it, there's plenty of great articles. One of them is the cover story about Castro's Cuba is an excellent one to read and to share with people who have are Cuban or fled Cuba or are concerned about what's going on in Cuba. It's a great article to read and to hand out and to share, because we're just not getting the truth through the mainstream media or through our president at this time. Also, there's articles about the existence of God, and so if you flip to page 17 in this magazine, What Science Says About the Existence of God, it provides excellent information for us. A lot of atheists and theists are very quick to state that we lose our arguments as people who believe in God because we cite a lot of times the Bible and other things that they don't see as credible. And so one way to win the arguments with them is to argue the points that they're making and to prove that they also have a lot of faith in their beliefs as well, and to believe in what they're believing is not a logical way of a very logical way of looking at things. If you flip to page 27, there's also another article about the existence of God. It's a great one to read. Do multiple universes explain away the evidence of God? And it goes into detail on how it definitely does not. And there's just no way we're ever going to be able to prove during our lifetimes that there are multiple universes. And if they did exist, there would have to be a helpful hand making sure the universes, would stay in existence, our universe would stay in existence the way it does. If you know anybody in Arizona that is whose U.S. Senator is John McCain, Christian Gomez wrote a great article about the real McCain, and it goes into detail on how John McCain has done a terrible disservice to the families of POWs. He also has been an excellent person for the New World Order, because he's done pretty much everything that they need to have done in order to continue with their push for world socialism. He's helped nominate our Supreme Court justices that don't obey the Constitution the way we'd like them to. So that's a great article to read. There's another article on page 35. It's called "Where Do Rights Come From?" And I encourage you to read this and also share it with people in the Republican Party, Democrat Party, Libertarian Party, if you're associated with any of those, because if you make copies of it and hand it out and they read it, they may ask you, where are you getting this information? I'd really like to read more of that. Sign them up for a subscription to the New American Magazine. You can also, let them know that if they become a member of the John Birch Society, that a subscription to the magazine comes with the membership. If you're concerned about the nationalization of police, there's a great historical article here. It's called "From Police to Praetorian Guard," and it goes into detail how the Praetorian Guard in ancient Rome was gradually transformed from a citizen police force to an oppressive standing army. And the question is, are American local police following the path? And if you read it, they definitely are following the path, and we need to educate our local police on this issue That's why you need to support your local police committees in your community in order to continually educate your police officers and local citizens on what's actually taking place. We don't want our local police forces to be standing armies. We want them to be police, local police. Um, uh, while you're flipping through the magazine, there's also pages where they offer, the John Birch Society has material that can be purchased, and each page has a theme. So almost on the very last page of the magazine is this page, and it has the theme of wanting to teach people, the original thoughts, what originally took place when the Constitution was created, why they created the Constitution the way they did, and what the founders actually wanted to have happen in the future in our constitutional republic. The second page of the magazine, if you flip to that, the theme is get us out of the United Nations. And we know a lot of people that want to get out of the United Nations, but at the same time, a lot of them don't really push for the American Sovereignty Restoration Act because they just don't really understand the depth of the problem with the United Nations. So we need to make sure we're handing out this material, we're educating people. And first of all, we have to be the ones that are educated on what's actually happening so that we can go out and reach out to others about what's happening. So we need our congressmen to obey the Constitution, and by doing that, they really need to support the American Sovereignty Restoration Act because the agreement we have with the United Nations is unconstitutional in the first place. If you go beyond that page, there's another themed page for those who are concerned about education. A lot of people who are concerned about Common Core, they need this material. This is page 6 of the New American Magazine. And so you can see there's the book Crimes of the Educators. There's the book Common Ground on Common Core. There's the book None Dare Call It Education. The Webster's 1928 Dictionary on CD-ROM, and the McGuffey Reader's Electric Primer set of 7 books. If you order all of those and you read them and you get to understand what's really happening, you'll become a much better champion of liberty in your area and spreading the message that the government schools are not the place to send our kids at this time. It's dangerous, and if you really understand the game of the insiders, it's easy to see why so many students coming out of public government schools are illiterate. And so we need to make our communities aware of what's happening. And so anyways, I would just encourage you all to read the entire New American Magazine that's coming in your mailboxes here in the next few days, because I've read the entire thing, and I'm inspired, and it's going to be a great tool to reach out to other people in the community about what's going on worldwide, and also statewide and locally as well. Anyways, good luck birching out there, and thank you very much for watching this.